It is August 30th, 2024. We are on the side of the house here for the property located at 4171 Ibis Street in San Diego, California, 92103. So we're here on this side where there is an original sewer clean out. The upstairs bathroom, as you can see, all the pipes are literally exposed. All the drain and sewer are cast iron on the outside of the house. They are original. They are hub. They're not the new style no hub, so these are the original ones, but nothing's leaking. It's still in good condition. If the pipes ever do go bad, they will have to be replaced with cast iron again. You're not allowed to run plastic ABS or plastic PVC exposed on the outside of the house like this, so you would have to keep them as cast iron. You could put in plastic, but you'd have to build a soffit to box them all in to protect it from the UV rays. So this goes down in to this T-junction here, which leads into the horizontal sewer line. And this cast iron transitions and turns into plastic right here, just a couple feet from the outside wall, so it gets into the crawl space. So this is the sewer line for the whole upstairs bathroom. All brand new plastic ABS. And then the first floor, ground level, bathroom and laundry are all brand new plastic as well. And so this line, as it goes forward here, you can make a slight turn. There's a little bit of feces and debris in the line right there. This is the junction right here, the T-junction in the crawl space. It's all visible piping that picks up the other bathroom and laundry. So to the left of this T-junction, it's a 15-foot run and complete, all brand new pipe, ABS plastic with good slope, no issues. Now there is a clean out for this other line that we're looking at, this T-junction that's going to go off to the left, picks up the laundry and the first floor bathroom. But the clean out is not brought outside to the exterior. It's in the crawl space about a foot from the wall. So it's accessible, but not very accessible for snaking and cameraing very easily. So we'll make this turn. So right now we're in the beginning of the plastic pipe after this T-junction, where now everything is draining into the system. So we'll now continue downstream here to look and see if they did replace everything, because we do have another clean out all the way right in front of the street that's also ABS plastic. So there's a good chance somebody dug up this entire system and replaced all the line. So this is still, again, all 4-inch ABS plastic. We've got a turn on the line right here, and then another quick turn, 2 little offsets, but again all plastic. So somebody dug all this up and replaced the entire line here. Here is a T-junction right here. This could be the property line clean out we were mentioning that is in between the sidewalk or right next to the curb almost. So we're going to go ahead and leave our camera right here for 1 second, and you can see it's transitioning to what's called green bell PVC pipe. It looks like a PVC that the city and their contractors use. So we're going to leave our camera right here. We're going to pause and go up to the street level and confirm that that's the position we're at in the line. Okay, this is in fact the property line clean out, and so we're going to go ahead and leave this camera right here. You can actually see on the screen a bunch of worms and little stuff crawling around in there, so feasting on some of the little debris and stuff. But we're going to leave this camera here. We're going to go ahead and switch and go to a second camera up by the street level. Okay, so you can see right here, this is the clean out at the property line right in front of the curb. There's the sidewalk. So we'll go down this clean out here. There's the spring and our other camera head. And there's the green PVC green bell pipe that the city contractor put in when they replaced the old clay and or concrete that would have been in there. Got a little bit of standing water in the line, so when that company put the pipe in, they didn't get real good proper slope for some reason, or when they compacted and tampered the line, they made a little error. So we've got that little bit of standing water here. This is under the street, and so can't really fix this, and we've dealt with this before when they did a poor installation. It's almost impossible to get them to come back out and fix this. So let me see if maybe we have a stoppage ahead that's really holding all this water in. But if you look at the bottom left of our screen, which I believe is going to show up on the recording as well, we have a special camera that has a tilt meter built in, and it should be at least -2 to -3 degrees for downhill slope. We're at +5 right now, and we've been reading a positive number, so I do think that the city contractor and them put the pipe in completely wrong. That's why we're holding all this water. It's not that there's a stoppage ahead. Now there may be some more debris ahead because of the large slope angle this is going uphill at, but keep pushing through this. We're already, there we go. There's the orange original clay pipe. So you can see this is what used to be in there. As we back up, we can't even really tell where the clay or PVC starts or stops, and my guess is it could be the green bell PVC plastic all the way just up to this little joint where we make this turn on the line as well. So I back up, we just go underwater, so oh yeah, I think I could see the green there. Yep, so that is where they connect. You can see the green on the bottom left wavering. So here is this clay, and then there's the large city pipe. So we're going to go ahead and take a depth reading because we're very shallow here in front of the street. We're going to see how deep this is right here where it dumps in, and see what the depth difference is. I mean, it's possible that for some reason this line was always this way, and so you can't bring it up higher to the house, and they couldn't lower it in the street because the angle, this dead-end street is starting essentially the beginning of the system. So this may not be fixable even if you were to contact the city. So we're going to leave our line actually right here to start, and then we'll push back or forward again in the clay, and we'll see what the two differences, and then we'll see where we're at, because here right in front of the street to the bottom of the pipe at the plastic to about the street height, we're approximately about 16 inches. We're about 21 inches to the top of the brick, and then the curb of course is about 5 inches approximately. So when we go to do the detection in the street, there is some slight grade changes, but it should be about 1 inch deeper for every 4 feet you travel. So if we're starting around the 16 to 17 inch mark, we'll see if we land up being around the same or more. That's why they didn't achieve any proper slope when they redid this. So we're going to pause and locate this. Okay, so we've gone ahead and located the depth to the bottom of the pipe right here at this clay. It's right about 31 inches deep. And we back up and go into this little first transition to the plastic. It's about 30 inches deep. It's about 1 inch deeper. So we're at 30 inches there in the street, but the middle of the street, the asphalt is a lot higher than the curb. We put a laser across that center of the street, and it comes up well above the brick that's here, which is the flat top area. And that, again, from the sewer, the brick is about 21 to 22 inches. The distance from here to where we're at on the sewer pipe from the clean out to this middle of the street here, transition, is 28 feet away. So for 28 feet, we need to fall a full 7 inches minimum. And so, again, if we're starting at about several inches above this brick that's here, as far as how level it is to get out to the street to do a comparison, we're 21 inches to the top of the brick, but you've got to come up a couple more inches from there. to get an equal starting point. So we're, let's say, maybe 23 to 24, so 8 inches if we have to fall would put us at 32 inches, and we're not that depth. We're only at 30 to 31. So that's why they could not achieve proper slope on the pipe, and it could never be done basically because this clay pipe is going in right into the side, and the side bottom at that, and it's the very beginning of the sewer for this dead-end street. So this can't be lowered, which would change the rest of the piping coming back this way. You'd still have to dig up the whole asphalt street again to change all the depth, and so it's just not achievable, unfortunately. So when this was changed out, whether it worked all the time or not for previous people, it's hard to say. They replaced it at some point for some reason. It is all smooth plastic, so that obviously helps move things out rather than, it would never be rough cast iron, but a little bit maybe slightly rougher clay, but not much. So unfortunately this line's just going to have to be maintained. There's no way to go ahead and change the slope or even contact the city to ask them to recorrect the line. The line that was put in the way it was. It didn't fall. It didn't get improperly supported underneath and get washed out. It's the depth is there. Unfortunately, they can't achieve anymore. And as you can see, there's the top of that water as we come back finally a little bit. Just gets a little bit deeper as you go. So this is a 1-inch camera, so the top of the lens is a little over 5/8 inch, and then we lose it, and then gets maybe a little deeper from there. So more than likely, there's a chance that over time, heavy sludge, toilet paper, and a lot of feces from a lot of use could back up on the system out in the street, because it's just not moving through the system very efficiently, since it's not a downhill slope. But with it being newer pipe and not too bad, there is a good chance you wouldn't have to hire a plumber to clear it out. You could probably take a garden hose, stick it down into the sewer pipe as far as you can go, turn on the water full blast, and that huge volume of water with a little bit of close pressure behind it would probably move the debris and keep it flushed out. My recommendation would be that even if it didn't back up, every 3 to 4 months, I would go ahead and throw the garden hose down there and flush it, because fat grease that will stick to the pipe, and then any other solids, paper, toilet paper, and feces, you just keep it flushed and moved out of line so it doesn't have a chance to build and dam up in the system and lead to like a full stoppage. Otherwise, we'd have to go in with a chain knocker or a hydrojetter to occasionally help scrape the pipe and move the debris out with running water. But we don't see any wear indicator marks on the top of the ABS plastic. So typically when at least a snake goes down the line, it will drag along the edges of this entry point here and basically leave a wear indicator mark. The metal will just chew into the plastic after even one snaking. So maybe they've had it hydrojetted or chain knockered, which doesn't leave that kind of mark, but maybe it's still functioning good enough even though it doesn't have proper downhill slope. But the house is in perfect condition itself and all the piping across the front yard. But again, as you saw, after we leave the ABS and then several feet into the street, probably almost by the back tire of that car, we start to then go underwater. And then the sewer line is in the very middle of the street, and that's basically where it transitions to clay. So that run basically will just have to be maintained. But everything else in the house on the sewer line and the drain pipes is all in good condition and functional. The only thing that over the time will possibly have to be replaced is going to be maybe some of the cast iron that's hanging essentially from the second floor as it goes down into that space. That cast iron over time is going to possibly degrade further, but for now it's fine. So that concludes the recording for this property.